What's up, guys? I'm here back again with another tutorial. And as I said before in my other tutorials, it's been a long time since I made a video tutorial um, in anything. So I'm here once again providing you with this tutorial on creating this beautiful, beautiful Batman logo emblem. So let's get started. So let's go. You can either go with the shortcut Command and to create a new document, or just go up here and click new. I'm gonna name my document Batman emblem. Set my width to 1280, my height to 720, my resolution at 72 if it's for the web. If it's for printing, 300 pixels. Hit OK. First off, we're gonna do is change our background to black. So let's create a new layer. Command Shift N. Name this BG, and then if you don't have the default color set in your swatch panel to your left, hit the letter D on your keyboard. That'll bring up the default colors. If you don't have black as your primary color, hit X on your keyboard to switch colors to black, and then Alter Option Delete for to fill this layer with black, as so. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a marquee elliptical shape. I should just say oval, shouldn't I? Just oval, just a regular oval. Just create an oval. We're gonna create a new layer. So Shift N to create a new layer. Hit OK. Right click, and it did not come out. Hold on, just give me a second. Bring back that up. Right click and fill. Color. I'm gonna go with the same color, 45, 45, 45. Hit OK. Hit OK one more time. Let's go to deselect, filter. Let's go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. 98 pixels of radius. Hit OK. Go onto Google, do a Google search on Batman logo, and then choose a logo that you prefer. I personally prefer the first logo you guys saw in the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring that layer up from my previous document. Just bring it up to my new document. So let me just put these back where they belong. Hopefully I don't take too long in this video tutorial, because I know that I take substantial time with my video tutorials, and I'm trying to cut down the time. So hopefully they get shorter as time goes on. Okay, now let me select the whole document by hitting Command Control A. Selecting the Move tool. Align everything to the center, horizontally and vertically. Okay, there we go. Deselect, and let's go over the text. The effects we're gonna apply to this shape. But before I even say that, first I should say, after you do your Google search, outline your logo with the pen tool, and then fill that color. Or first, you can either do two things: do the shape outline it, then fill it with outline it with the pen tool, and then fill it with this gray color. Gray color being 95, 95, 95. Or you can use a shape layer with using the pen tool, make it into a shape, and outline it that way. Either or, you'll get the same thing. So now let's go over the effects. So the first effect we're going to go with is bevel and emboss. Bevel and emboss, we're going to, for this, have it checked. And style is going to be inner bevel, technique at smooth, depth at 100, direction up, size at 5 pixels, soften at 0, shut off global lighting for your shading, and angle is 120, altitude is 30, anti-alias, and glass contour. We're gonna have this weirdly shaped graph. Try to get as best you can as to this. This is what is gonna give you this these shadows and highlights in your shape to make it look a little bit more chromatic. So try to do that as close as possible, or something that'll give you the same effect as you see on this emblem. So just hit OK on that. The screen, this should be the default, but in case they're not, screen the highlight mode is screen white, opacity at 75. Shadow mode is a multiply, black, opacity at 75. The contour for the graph, I just used a double ring, so hit OK on that. Anti-alias range at 0. Next, we're going to do the inner shadow. Select that. For the inner shadow, multiply, black, opacity at 75%, shut off global light, angle at 120, distance at 13 pixels, choke at 0, size at 24 pixels. The contour is a linear graph, anti-aliased, noise at 0. And next, the effect is going to be inner glow, and for the inner glow, blending mode to multiply, opacity at 75%, noise at 0. Our color is going to be 5A, 5A, 5A. It's going to be a gray color. So for technique, it's going to be softer, source center. I'm sorry, not center, edge. Choke at 16, size at 51. Our contour is going to be a linear graph, anti-alias range at 50%, jitter at 0. Next is going to be the satin. The satin's blending mode is multiply, black, opacity at 24, angle at 19, distance at 11, size of 14 pixels, anti-aliased is checked, invert is checked, and the contour is going to be a linear graph. Lastly, we're going to add an outer glow effect. The outer glow effect is creating contrast between the background and the emblem. So let's just change the blending mode to normal, and the opacity is going to be 75%, noise at 0. Our color is going to be white, technique softer, spread at 0, size at 250 pixels, the contour is going to be at a linear graph, anti-alias range at 50, jitter at 0. And now that's pretty much it for that. Next, we're going to just what I suggest doing, if you have a stainless steel or metallic texture in your computer already, then just go ahead and use that. But if you don't, just Google it and choose the one that you prefer the most. I already have mine right here. I'm not gonna bother going to Google and waste time that way. So I'm just gonna drag in the one that I already have from my previous document. So I'm just gonna drag it in there. Hopefully it's there. Try it one more time. Drag it into the document. I think I lost it. Just give me a second, you guys. Okay. There we go. Got it right there. Alright. So, same thing goes for this as we did with the other. As a cutout as we did in the cutout. Just what I did is just command click on that shape layer. That'll give you the outline of the logo, the general shape of the logo. Then a command and control J on the texture layer, and you should get the same shape of your emblem. So let me just align these. Just align these, this texture layer. Let me put that there, and there. There we go. Next, what we're gonna do is just copy our shape layer of the logo. Command and Control J. Bring that up on top of the texture layer, and we're gonna take off all the effects, just all the effects besides inner bevel. All of them are gonna be shut up except that one. Okay. And lastly, we're gonna bring down the fill opacity to 0. Okay, we got that. Next, we're gonna add it's optional. You don't have to do this part, but we're gonna add highlights. You can add one or three highlights. The major highlight that I see it's the most important, in my opinion, would be one you'll see the one we'll do right now. So let's just go to the elliptical marquee tool. Cover the top part of the logo. You can make it go halfway. It doesn't really matter how far you go up. It's your personal preference. Just depends on how you like your things. So I'm just gonna go my personal preference. I'm just gonna go about there, and then fill that with white. Alt delete if you don't have the color white already on your swatches panel. Hit letter D. Switch it with X. Alt or Control Alt or Option delete. I'm sorry, you should fill layer first. Create a new layer, and then hit Option Alt delete. I'm sorry, Option Alt delete. Yeah. Deselect, and then Command or Control click on the logo, the shape logo shape, and then Command or Control Shift I to inverse that selection, and then select make sure your circle selected, your highlight selected, and just hit the delete key. Deselect, and then we're gonna bring down the opacity to 23%. 23-25% is good. Next, we're gonna add a gradient. So let's add a mask by going down the bottom, all the way to the bottom of the layer panel. We're gonna add a gradient. Adding this gradient to give off that reflection off. So like that is good. The next two highlights can be optional. It's not necessary, but you can add a highlight here and a highlight here, or you can add add a highlight that outlines the bottom portion of the logo by adding that highlight. But essentially, this is fine. You don't have to go further than that. So there you have you guys. Hopefully this is a good amount of minutes, times I made this tutorial. Hopefully I can make my tutorials shorter. I'll try to make them shorter. Try to keep them under 20 minutes. So there you have you guys. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Google+. I'll leave the links to all these social media networks they'll be in this video and also on the bottom. So yeah, see you guys next time.